This is Trevor. I'm in California and I'm working on a couple of Miata projects. I've always been pretty good about taking pictures of my projects, but I've never done video, so this is a first for me. So I've owned 10 Miatas total. My last two are here, which I'll show you here in a moment. This is my 1990 Miata that I picked up last week. It was owned by an old man who took very good care of it, which is why I'm using it as my donor car. I'm pulling all of the interior out of it now, and this is what it's all going to be going into, which is a 93 Miata. So I am stripping both cars down, and I will take the nicer of the two components. So I have one really nice car, and then one decent car, which I'll just sell for whatever I can get for it. All my 10 Miata projects, I've collected quite a few parts over the years. I also have a couple of hard tops, and I've been told that these S2000 seats should fit in the Miata without any issues. Okay, I've been working all day on trying to get the wiring back to stock. Here I've got blue all torn apart. I got the interior out of it, the carpet. In a couple hours there was an alarm system in the car. There were aftermarket fog lights and aftermarket stereo. And with all that, all the wiring was wire nutted and spliced together, and it was just a mess. I've got the interior of the blue Miata all back in except for the seats. I've been working on it at night, and so there wasn't much that I could film there. So I took the carpets out, shampooed them, got all the smell out because there was a nasty leak. I think the blue with the tan interior looks a lot better anyway. I couldn't really keep the tan interior because I'm doing this car, the black one, yellow. And a yellow car with tan interior would just look terrible. And so I'm going to kind of show you what I've been working on here. I've got a couple of different roll bars that I've collected over the years. Roll bar, it's I think SCCA compliant, so I could take this car on a racetrack with that roll bar, but I might be running into some fitment issues because I've got these S2000 seats that I'm wanting to put in the car as well. They're very cool seats. But I had the carpet out of this one, and so I wasn't able to show you how I did that. So I'm almost done here. Got about 8 holes that I need to drill in the chassis to finish the installation. It took me about 6 hours, and that was with the carpet already removed, so it is a full day's worth of work. Today I'm working on redoing all the carpet. The black one had a really bad leak in the top, and so all the carpet and the insulation it reeked of mold. It was really really smelled terrible. So I went to a local carpet shop and got this 8x10 remnant. So I'm using the existing carpet and insulation, pulling it out and then using it as stencils to make templates, and outlining my pieces and then cutting them out so that when I put them back in the car, it'll have thicker insulation. Also, the only other way I knew to get rid of the mold, at least the smell, this was a piece that I took out, a carpet that I took out of the trunk this morning, and you can see because of the leak, it's soaked and it smells absolutely just terrible. So I'm going to be replacing all the carpet just for that reason. So this is kind of the finished product of the installation before I put the actual carpet in place. I think it turned out pretty good. I added a little extra carpeting in places that there wasn't factory installation, so I'm hoping that it'll cut down road noise and help with climate control conditions as well. So anyway, ready for the carpet. Got the steering wheel back in, did some white gauges, which I think are pretty sweet, carpet and and speakers. So all I have left are the door panels and center console and seats. All right, now I'm going to be doing an electrical test. Everything, all the electrical components should be hooked up. So I'm just going to kind of play around with them and make sure that everything's working properly before I finish buttoning up the car. Today is a big day because behind me is the body kit which showed up. There it is. That's going to look really nice. And the side skirts, that's going to be fun. Now I am working on getting the body kit fit. So I've got the front lip on there. These holes here needed to be cut out. I had to delete the tow hooks to get the body kit in there the way I wanted, so hopefully I don't ever have to get this thing towed because it could cause problems. Here on the sides, the side skirts, I'm just working by myself, so I've had to use clamps as my second person, and so I'm clamping it in place and then using a Dremel to make little adjustments to the side skirt to get it to fit properly. This little lip here was pretty thick, and it was keeping me from adjusting it left and right to get it positioned correctly. So I think it's going to turn out pretty good. There's a little spot here when the door closes. It hits that, and it's going to slowly chip away at the body kit. So that's one thing I'm going to have to work on after I get it fitted in place. But so far it's going pretty good. I'm getting ready to mount it permanently. To attach the side skirt onto the side of the car, I'm going to use some epoxy. And to get the epoxy to stick to the car, I'm going to have to use this random orbital sander here. I'm going to use some 80 grit to strip away some of the paint so that the epoxy has something to actually adhere to. So this also brings me to the point of no return on this build. Right now I can just put the wheels and tires back on and some of the lights and drive off and still enjoy the car. But once this sander touches the car, then I am committed to the rest of this build. So here it goes. So I finished installing the body kit last night. It is all fastened onto the car, nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. It was a little tricky to get some of the door clearance. Here I had to shave a little bit off of the door to make it fit, but shouldn't have any problems with it now. I went through with some masking tape and a Sharpie, and I marked all of my the spots that I need to focus on for the body work. So the body's in pretty good condition, just about 20 little door dings here and there. So used some masking tape to mark where those were. So the Bondo body work is going to be minimal. Should be able to knock that out in a couple of hours, and then switch to doing the actual paint prep and sanding the entire car down. So far it's coming along. I'm sitting here. This is the last day of the body work, so no more sniffing Bondo fumes and coughing Bondo dust. So side skirts are all molded in. It took a while to get this edge perfect. I wanted to be molded in, and I didn't want to see a body line there between the kit and the fender, and so I had to fill that gap in both on the front fender and the rear quarter panel, so you can see the gap there is filled in. It'll be nice and smooth. A few hot rivets.
few more of those to go.
All the little nicks and dings all over have been corrected as I've been working on it. Luckily it's a black car, and so the little dents and dings, they show up fairly easily, and as I've been working on it, I keep finding them. I found 3 more this morning that I've just put some putty over, and it'll take me just a minute or 2 to sand those flush. So same thing on this side, nice and molded in, no gap between the body kit and the quarter panel there. So took a little bit longer than I wanted to do the body work, but I just haven't had the time to play with it. So this morning I just sprayed the primer sealer coat. Still have some work cut out. It's really encouraging to see it all one solid color. I am ready to paint this car. So after months of body work and fitting side skirts and everything else, today's the day. So I built a little spray booth here in my garage because I don't. So I've got 2 coats of base on there, yellow base. I got one pretty bad run in the back here, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. And cracks, little like reactions to, I don't know if you see that, but little reactions to Bondo, or well, not all across the front bumper. There's just all these crazy little cracks and stuff. So I'm gonna run to the store, get some more paint before they close, and let this dry so that I can sand some of those imperfections. And but so far it's getting pretty good, other than one run and then a few weird little cracks. I just sprayed the clear coat. Ended up doing 2.5 coats of clear. It's definitely going to have to be color sanded and buffed because there's just a little bit of orange peel in some spots, but the paint to air settings, a little different than what I'm used to, and I didn't have any runs. I was a little nervous about the color. It's the same color that I've been doing on my sports cars, and it's actually, the color is just amazing. I'm just so happy with the way it turned out. Also now that it's all glossy again, I can check my body work. It's hard to be able to visually inspect your body work when it's when there's Bondo and primer, and it's pretty tacky right now. It's a little tacky to the touch. I just finished about 20 minutes ago, so it's a little sticky, but it should be dry here in a couple hours, and I can start unmasking it and then start painting the doors and the other little panels, and then and hopefully tomorrow put this silly thing back together. So kind of a big day for me. I've been getting up at 6 o'clock every morning before work and putting an hour or two on the car. This morning I finished the clear coat on all the extra little parts like the bumper and the headlight covers and whatnot. So you've already seen this finished product on the car. Still missing parts, but looking very good, if I do say so myself. Again, didn't get any runs. And the paint, I got a few little runs on the bumper. When I sprayed it separate, it's kind of a tricky piece because it's got a lot of the little indentations or whatever, and so it's hard to get your gun in there. When I was at a junkyard last, I picked up an extra gauge bezel, I don't know what you'd call that, and went ahead and sprayed that along with the rest of the parts, just for fun, maybe bring a little bit of the exterior color into the interior without being too obnoxious and making everything yellow. So the doors I'm pretty proud of. They were kind of big pieces, and I didn't get any runs or anything, and the texture is just perfect. I don't even know if I'll have to color sand and buff that, but went ahead and hit the jams while I was at it, so that'll look real nice. And so a lot of work, and I'm finally probably hours away from completing this project. So here we go. A few hours this morning, finishing up the interior. It's been raining, so I don't trust the seals on the soft top yet, so I've got it covered under plastic here. But you can see how those S2000 seats turned out. I think they look awesome, really good. This yellow bezel might not work because it's got really bad glare on the windshield when I'm driving. And yeah, I did actually drive it this morning. So I took it for a little drive around the block just to test the positioning of the steering wheel, and I needed to pop it off and rotate it a few degrees to the left. But otherwise, the roll bars worked out pretty good. I had to kind of invent a way to fasten the seat belts because the roll bars were in the way of the seat belt, and then the S2000 seats were in the way of the seat belt, and so it was a mess. So it was really challenging to figure out the seat belts. It took several hours and several trips to the hardware store. So right now I'm working on sanding down one of the two hard tops. This is the red one. I've got a blue one also, and I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to use on the car. And the blue one's actually in pretty good condition, and so I think I'm probably just going to sell it as is and just get a little bit of cash back. And then this one, the paint job was terrible, so I'm just going to sand it down and shoot it black. It's the color that I wanted, and hit the mirrors while matted. The mirrors were the final piece that I needed to finish. So it's so close to being done. I can taste it. So, and that test drive this morning really got me excited and motivated to push hard here towards the end and just hopefully finish it. September 24th, 2013. I had just put the hard top on it, which was the final step in the completion process. I did the base coat last night of the hard top, and then the clear coat this morning at 6, and it was dry enough that I could actually put it on the car. So it's finished. It's a lot of work. I bought it November of 2012. It's been sitting in my garage on stilts ever since, and I've just kind of been picking at it. And today was the day. Just got off work and finished putting it back together. So I'm really happy with the way the hardtop turned out. No runs. Put some of the interior together last night. That's 2,000 seats. I think it's hot. And I still have the radio to put in, but that's you don't need that to drive it. So let's fire it up and take it for a test drive.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
Session to complete, but we went waving yellow there. Everybody take it easy, no passing in that area, so that we didn't have to black flag the minute.
Thank you, Dave. Now come back over here. I'm going to use some of that blue and white. Okay. Turn at the 1. Turn at the 1. Now, get the red and go. Okay, go. You are faster than me. Stay on it. Come on a bit. And back over. Keep going. Come out to the right. Wait for it.
You did very well.
That was amazing.
You did very well.
Fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so hooked.
Want to go over that way?
Okay.
Nice job.
Oh, that was so fun.